What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Wingboys, where we talk about life, sports, and eat spicy wings. I'm Ant. I'm here with Bill as always. And right now we're doing some criminal investigation. You wanna tell them what we're leading into this video with?
So we were talking about before the podcast started. We were making jokes about Deshaun Watson, and we figured that we could now make a prison fantasy team based off some of the.
We could. Yeah.
Between a quarterback, and now we have our good friend Joe Mixon.
Aggravated menacing. It's such a charge.
And
what a crime to commit.
And I was confused, because we always joke about being menaces to society, menacing. Yeah. And so I'm looking up as we hit record, what does aggravated menacing mean? So, the prosecution must prove that you knowingly caused another person to believe that you would cause serious physical harm to their person, property, unborn child, or immediate family.
I mean, he pulled a gun out and waved it around in her face.
Alright, so it's pretty menacing.
Pretty menacing.
Pretty menacing if I say so.
That was aggravated too.
So this is how we kick off our Super Bowl special.
Yeah.
This is going to come out before the Super Bowl. A Super Bowl that I did not call at all.
One thing that also will not be watching.
You know what? We make a lot of jokes about Nick Bosa here. He makes it hard for us not to say these things about him. And then he says something like that. And I know the context of what he means.
Yeah.
And when you sent me that, I sent you something I think the day before that had to do with, it was the NFL posted that this is the first ever Super Bowl with two African American quarterbacks. And then right after that, it swiped over to Nick Bosa saying, "This is the Super Bowl I will not be watching." I thought that was fake. And then he sent me the video of him saying it. Can you give me the context of that? Like, what was it about? Why didn't you want to see it?
Post-game locker room interview. Maybe it wasn't even post-game, but it was a locker room interview with him. And they were talking about the Super Bowl matchup between Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes. And the context is, as a competitive player, you'd imagine that you wouldn't want to watch a championship game that you just got eliminated one game away from. That's probably the context of what he meant. But with the charges circulating him,
maybe, and let's try and fight him. Let's try and help him out. We are, as much as we want to prosecute Joe Mixon for his aggravated menacing, we're actually going to defend Nick Bosa, or attempt to, because we can argue.
You want to start the podcast?
Yeah, I only want to
convict Joe Mixon and defend Nick Bosa.
I am here. Yeah, no, I'm sounding like Nick Bosa. No, I am here.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm here for context. I'm here for the truth. This is obviously a sports news podcast. Joey Bosa got into it with the Philly fans before that game. Yeah. So maybe he was defending his brother.
You mean Jacksonville fans? Joey Bosa's on the Chargers.
No. What? Joey Bosa went to the Eagles game. And they were messing with him beforehand. And they said, "Oh, Joey, hey, Joey, how are those fines?" And he said, "I can handle them because I'm rich." And so, I was listening to the Kelsey podcast, a clip from the Kelsey brothers. Yeah. And they said, that's your mistake right there. You shouldn't let them know you were mad. You should have just, ha ha ha, and kept the pushing. Because once they got you, they knew they got you. Got them hook, line, and sinker. And he was going at it throughout the whole game with the Philly fans. Yeah. So, maybe that's why. It's clearly not why, but Nick Bosa, the allegations are stacked against him to the highest degree. No. He is also aggravated menacing. No. With that being said, I honestly didn't picture this Super Bowl at all.
Beginning of the season, we both said Bills.
We both said Bills, heavily. And there was a lot against, and honestly, the Jets will once again find a way to make me wrong. Because I want to say it was that injury that he got in that Jets game. Josh Allen. Because he got that MCL injury in that Jets game and did not throw the same since. He still threw excellent, but you can argue that that's something that definitely helped stack his turnovers.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Because I feel like every time I saw a clip of him, his elbow was bleeding. Like, his throwing elbow was bleeding.
Wow. Yeah, that's bad.
That's not good.
That's bad for a quarterback.
But, I thought it was going to be the Bills. And here's the thing, it's so funny because it's been such a toxic chip on your shoulder lineup getting into this. Because you have the Bengals, who had something to prove, because they were already selling tickets to the AFC Championship of the Bills versus the Chiefs. So they had to go prove them wrong. And then Mahomes got hurt. And then they were calling Mahomes out. They said, oh, Mahomes is done. Oh, it's Burrowhead. The mayor of Cincinnati got involved in the jokes. And so then the Chiefs had to prove them wrong. And now these are two teams that are proving me wrong because I didn't think either of them were going to make it to the championships, let alone. They're both great teams. Can't say anything bad about them. They are two.
Both of them are candidates for MVP, Mahomes and Hurts.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes is...
Two phenomenal seasons by two phenomenal players.
Absolutely. And what a comeback for Jalen Hurts. I was listening to some of the things from him. Just kind of what he's been going through.
Yeah.
And for him to now be in this position to win the Super Bowl, it's a thing of beauty. Absolutely.
I saw a podcast from a Philly-based whatever. And they were doing a breakdown, like comparison between Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts. And the guy, did you send that to me on TikTok? Mm-hmm. You did, yeah. And the guy was like, titles. Mahomes has one and Hurts has one because Hurts has won a college title. And MVPs. Mahomes has one and Hurts has one because he won a Heisman. And it's like, dude, come on, really? That's such a stretch to compare college to the NFL.
He definitely should have stretched before he made those crazy leaps.
Yeah.
It was... Now, mind you, everything should be balanced because while this dude is kissing the ground that Jalen Hurts walks on, the NFL commentators are doing the same to Patrick Mahomes. And now, mind you, credit where credit due. Credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes is a phenomenal quarterback.
Yeah.
And like one of the things that bothered me about that specific video is they made Jalen Hurts better because they argued rushing touchdowns. That's not a good stat to compare the two because he's not a running quarterback. He's not a rushing quarterback. Right. That's a comparison you do to Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson, rest in peace.
He's not dead.
He's not dead, but he's not a Raven no more. No shot.
They're not letting him walk. You kidding me? There's no way they would let him walk.
I don't know, man.
Where do you see him going if he doesn't re-sign with the Ravens?
Me personally, I don't know.
Impossible.
I don't know. I mean, he's one of those quarterbacks I think you can place in different rebuild team situations. Like, it would be a reach to put him on the Raiders. But you would have to redesign the entire Raiders team, but you're going to have to do that anyway. You're getting rid of Derek Carr.
I can see him, honestly, on the 49ers. I feel like that would be a great fit for him. The way they play, they don't throw the ball far. They're a run-heavy offense, and adding Lamar Jackson to that dynamic, who's very similar to Christian McCaffrey's way of running and escapability and the way you can use his legs, but then having that be a passer, I think that would bring just another added dimension to that offense that just would be unstoppable. Imagine the RPOs that they could run.
Absolutely. So, now let me give you, because there's so many people that are in front of him for the 49ers, let me give you another one. Same scenario, the Tennessee Titans.
I don't know.
Him helping out Derrick Henry with the run game. You just need to give him decent wide receivers, but I think you have a blank slate.
Well, they have Robert Woods and Treylon Burks. Treylon Burks going into his second season as a pro. Robert Woods, who you could hope would be serviceable as a wide receiver too. I think Tennessee would be a good fit for him, but I definitely wouldn't have thought of that off the top of my head. I immediately went to San Francisco. I feel like that place.
Yeah, I didn't think of the Titans either, but they're a team that does need a quarterback.
True, that's true. I don't. Well, I mean, they have Malik Willis. Maybe they might try something out with him.
But now you have options if you bring Lamar Jackson over there. Speaking of Derek Carr, did you see all the stuff with the Pro Bowl?
Yeah. He
comes in, he's not even wearing a Raiders hat. He made all those jokes about, oh, have you ever been this hot in Vegas? No, that's probably why they're trading me. He's one. I saw a bunch of crazy predictions about Derek Carr. And then the one I hope is not true is the Jets. I am struggling. I'm so scared looking into this offseason I would much rather them keep Mike White or even Zach Wilson than bring in the options that have been laid before me for the Jets are Derek Carr, Aaron Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, someone else. Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy G! I cannot. I mean, minus Derek Carr and Lamar Jackson, I have talked so much crap about these senior citizens.
Went to the Bucks. Tampa.
That would be a really...
Everyone thinks they're now in rebuild because Brady retires and all of a sudden Rodgers goes in.
We'll see if Brady stays retired.
No, he's not going back.
Can you imagine if he does that twice?
Dude.
He would be so...
I saw on Instagram that someone was selling on eBay a jar of sand from the location that Brady retired in. Guess how much he put the bid at?
$2,000.
Higher.
Did I go too high?
Higher.
Higher. $5,000.
One more guess, higher.
I'm gonna go crazy with this one. $20,000.
$100,000.
For the sand at the location that Tom Brady went.
It's a jar of sand.
Now, mind you, that was definitely sand from Robert Moses. He lied for sure. But
He's not in Florida. You kidding me?
bro definitely sold Lake Ronkonkoma sand. And they
No, he took a picture of the building in the background too and the landscape.
Yeah, I can get that from the internet right now. But yeah, no, that's insane. $100,000 for that. Like, that's a special. He wasn't even good this year. Like, really, this was such a bittersweet retirement. Like, when he announced it, I was like, whatever. Like, it wasn't shock, it wasn't awe. I mean, my prayers have been answered because I've been saying this old man needs to go to a home. 80 for Brady is actually about him being 80. It's, at this point, it's ridiculous. But
Right.
I just don't like it. Sorry, guys, I got so heated, I guess I caused the camera to have some difficulties. I'm better now. I'm calmer. I'm a different man.
Yeah.
We will no longer talk about, hopefully, this is the last season we talk about Tom Brady. I'm hoping Aaron Rodgers also retires in this offseason because
No, he's not.
he's not going to. That's what bothers me.
He already said he's not going to San Francisco via a golf tournament.
Yes, I saw that. I saw that. That was hilarious. So what are his options? Someone compared him to Brett Favre and said he's going to go to the Vikings. He's going to literally follow in Favre's footsteps.
Gonna go to the Jets first.
Oh yeah, exactly. Go to the Jets. He's going to literally follow in a year with the Jets, do okay, then come back as a Viking, which would be hysterical.
Retire, come back with the Jets, trade to the Vikings, retire again.
I don't want that, man. I don't want it. Derek Carr is...
I think he's our most well-rounded option at quarterback if
I agree.
you want to be aggressive and get someone.
If you want to be aggressive and get someone who's long-term. If you want to be aggressive and get someone...
Who's quality?
Rodgers. But I would honestly probably go for Jimmy G more because I feel like Rodgers would set the expectations too high and give too low. Jimmy G would do what Jimmy G does and be perfectly mediocre. Get us to like the first round of the playoffs and get knocked out.
But sometimes that's what you need.
Honestly,
You need what you expect.
Honestly, I'll take it because I'm gonna bet you.
Sometimes you need some normalcy. In a Jets fan's life, you need some sort of consistency.
We haven't even been to the playoffs since Mark Sanchez. Mark
I
Sanchez.
saw a commercial the other day with him in it, and you know how like if they're like a celebrity or a notable person's in a commercial, they have like a caption of like what they are, like actor or Olympian. It said NFL Legends quarterback. I was like, you claiming that Mark Sanchez is a Legends quarterback?
Now, hold on.
I was appalled and tickled even to see it.
Legends is a crazy statement. However, you cannot deny 2 back-to-back AFC championships.
That was not him. Come on, that was the defense. We had
He
the
has-
best defense in the league.
We had a solid. We did have the best.
All he had to do was make short passes, and he did.
Ground and pound. It's only stupid if it doesn't work. If Zach Wilson ground and pound, maybe I wouldn't have had to eat the chip 2 weeks ago.
That's your fault for betting on the Jets. Never bet on
Well,
them.
I'm still gonna bet on them. I don't
Never
care.
your mistakes.
I'm not gonna make the call. I'm gonna make the bet after the draft, like we did last time. And depending on what our team looks like, not that the draft is going to do a lot for our team, because I don't think we have really high draft numbers.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think we have the 13th pick, maybe? Yeah, I got no idea. Definitely something we should know as fans. The
Definitely should know as a podcast.
The Bears are shopping their first round pick. They want to stick with Fields. And they have the most cap space available out of any team going into the offseason.
It's because they don't really have any legends. They don't have anyone crazy, like really high caps, really high salaried players. So they do have
their team's pretty young.
Which
I
could be
think
good for them.
They need to get a few pieces on the offensive line. They got to get some pieces on defense.
They need
Not sure where. I mean, I don't follow the Bears too closely, but we all know that the Bears need a better offensive line. I mean, Justin Fields has been running around like crazy.
Absolutely, but we also need to give him some weapons with the wide receivers.
Well, they traded for Chase Claypool.
Ooh.
And they have Cole Kmet, who hopefully will blossom into the tight end that they want him to be. I think this is now his 3rd year.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But yeah, they just gotta stay the course.
Right.
Get some pieces to help him on the front. Get some pieces on the defense to not lose games so much.
Right. If you can really commit to that defense, I think you can make. Because that's the thing. You need the defense to keep our offense fresh, and vice versa. You need a solid. You need a solid team to help keep you want to keep the other one on the field, so that your team can rest and then come in and do what they gotta do. If your offense is turning over every 3 drives, your defense is gonna be gassed out, and you're not gonna be able to do anything. They're not gonna be able to hold the offense.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I am excited to see Justin Fields blossom because that's my guy. And honestly, if we do get Aaron Rodgers for a season, I might have to switch teams for the season. But I don't know if I'm gonna go with the Bears or Geno Smith and the Seahawks.
I saw a report that said extension talks for him with the Seahawks are going very well. Love to see that.
As they should. That made me smile. Comeback player of the year.
Last night I decided to bury any ill feelings I have for Geno Smith. I was watching him in the precision passing, and it was just nice to see him in the Pro Bowl after everything he's been through in his career and his trials and tribulations, and even in his life. I mean, he's happy for Geno Smith.
One of my favorite. I wrote it down when I heard him say it because it was so eloquent. He said, "They wrote me off, and I didn't write." Bro, that was a beautiful line.
That's a bar.
It's a bar. He knew what he was like. That was guttural. That was in his soul that he said that. And yeah, no, to see
He was waiting to say that.
He was waiting. You know who wasn't waiting to say that? Josh Johnson. I forgot Josh Johnson was a player.
I forgot he was alive.
Until hold on, let's talk about. Well,
Is that bad?
I mean, listen, he's after that hit.
He might not be alive anymore.
He's on the line.
You alright?
I should be coughing sometimes.
Please.
I'm sorry. I'm so excited about the Super Bowl. I'm getting all my energy out
I'm
because
so excited about Josh Johnson. Jesus Christ.
Listen, I'm excited about a lot of things. My hatred for Brady, my love for Geno Smith.
Yeah, 80 for Brady.
There's a lot, Haiti for Brady. There's a lot going on in my soul right now because I know football's almost coming to an end, and I have to deal with that.
There's B vitamins in here.
That's the energy part. It's in every energy drink. There's B vitamins.
There's 200 milligrams of caffeine.
But the energy also comes from B vitamins. In every energy drink, any energy drink you get, there's going to be B vitamins.
There's no B vitamins in Celsius.
It's not an energy drink. It's a psyop. But,
Anyways.
so John, can we talk about those championship?
No.
Let's talk about these championship games. I want to review the championship games looking into the Super Bowl.
You said the 49ers-Eagles game was going to be a shootout. I don't know what in God's name made you think that.
Listen, I thought that these high caliber offenses were going to absolutely just go crazy. I thought
Some of the best defenses in the league, you thought, yeah, they're going to score.
I thought these offenses were going to be so much
They're
more.
going to light it up today.
I thought these offenses were that powerful. They were going to overthrow these defenses. I thought these offenses were going to keep these defenses tired, and I thought it was going to be beautiful. I still stand by
Defenses win championships.
defenses win championships, right? But I still stand by the
They have
fact
these
that
sayings for a reason.
I still stand by the fact that if Brock Purdy didn't get injured immediately, if whatever cloud is going over the San Francisco quarterback room didn't happen, I think it would have been a very different game.
Oh yeah, I think so too.
And it's crazy that Brock Purdy.
Last night.
That's all you. Brock Purdy and Josh Johnson got hit the same way and had two very different injuries. That just comes with age, I guess. The young buck and the old man. But no, that was. It honestly became a boring game very quickly. I was super excited for that game. It was absolutely let down. Like, it wasn't even fun defensively. It wasn't even interesting defensively. It was just once Purdy got hurt, it was more. There was just a wave of bad things happening. It was down to like the chains being broken. I think was that the game that the punt hit the wire.
Yeah.
That was that game. Yeah. So there was just so much going going on in that game.
It was 21-7 by half, 31-7 final.
It was insane. It was insane. It was tough to watch. Christian McCaffrey played half a play as QB.
They scored 14 points to the Eagles in the last 2 minutes of the second quarter.
The Eagles are crazy, man. Now, mind you, then we go over to the other side, total opposite game, the Bengals and the Chiefs. That was an electric game to watch. There was so much heart in that field. There was so much going on. But I can also see why
That was a great game.
Joe Mixon would decide after that game to pull a gun out and start menacing.
But you understand? What are you going to say?
I mean, listen, if the officials called me, threw that many flags at me, I'd probably start blasting too. But, no, it was just, it was a tough game of officiating.
Who are you?
I'm a man who's passionate about football, alright? I am a wing boy.
I'm passionate about football and medicine.
Medicine. I am passionate about medicine. My hero is Joe Mixon. Who, didn't he already have a couple of,
I think in college, yeah.
There was a couple things
coming into the NFL that people were like, ooh, I don't know if I want to draft him.
He's a menace. He lives up to it. He's mixing it up.
Don't quote me on that though, because I don't know for certain.
I thought it was
don't wanna
Jamar.
come
I
back
thought
to
something
bite me.
happened to Jamar Chase. That's why I got confused with this one.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I could have sworn that it was like a similar, like a bar fight or something like that.
Maybe.
I thought it was Jamar Chase. That's why I got them confused. Because when I saw Joe Mixon prosecuted for aggressive menacing, I'm like, again?
I agree with that.
I apologize. But, with that being said, those games in the books, nothing really much to say minus the injuries on... The only two highlights of both games were the injuries of the Niners game and the penalties of the Bengals game. Both tough to watch. Going into the Super Bowl, we're going to start making our predictions, we're going to start making our discussions, but in an act of pure degeneracy, on camera, me and Anthony are going to build me a parlay for the Super Bowl.
Oh, is that right?
That's right.
You're going to bring me into your degeneracy?
That's right. You're getting involved in this.
Joe Mixon's timeline of trouble from 2014 assault to questionable Bengals' draft pick. See, I was right.
Go.
Ooh. Assault of a woman in 2014 and the intimidation of a parking attendant in 2016, both of which led to suspensions while he was in Oklahoma. Some teams refused to even consider drafting him. Bengals took him in the second round. I mean, he's a great player, but below is an overview of the assault.
It's not funny. We don't condone violence
Knocked
against
her
women.
unconscious and fractured 4 bones in her face.
That was a hit.
We're a family podcast.
Not tonight. This one's going to have the E on it.
Oh no, this just gets worse.
Keep reading.
Mixon told police that one of the girl's friends used a racial slur, and he admitted that he responded back with an anti-gay slur. One can only imagine which one. Oh, God. She told police that her and her friend went into a sandwich shop to try and win.
Yes. The Bringer of Peace. Subway.
Oh, here's a detailed breakdown of the video, because there's video of it. Oh, God. So sorry, folks. Mixon approached the woman at the table. After he walked away, she pushed him, then he lunged at her. She responded by slapping him on the left side of his neck. Then he punched her with his right hand, knocking her into the table and onto the floor. He left after that punch.
One done. All you need.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Well,
That's Joe Mixon.
thanks for joining us on that little
This is,
diversion from the topic.
welcome to Law and Order Wingboys edition. As you can see, we're clearly two lawyers. But with that being
The
said,
first and only part.
let's get into the degeneracy. Let's build a parlay. We'll start with, nice and easy, the money line. You going Chiefs or you going Eagles? Who's winning the Super Bowl?
Eagles.
Me? Alright, we're going to go Eagles. Now, over under 50.5 points. Total score of the game. Over. That's what I'm saying. Do you want to play touchdowns? Anytime touchdown score?
If you lose money on this, I don't want to hear any threats on my life.
I have no one to blame for myself for the money that I lose, sir. I'm building a
You're
second.
picking everything I'm saying right now. I just want to preface this.
Well,
I want to
so-
have,
Now, mind you, I'm in agreement. The
I
only
want
thing
to have a verbal prenup to this bet.
you heard it here first. I'm also not betting anything crazy. I'm betting like these are penny slots, all right? I'm a grandma when it comes to degeneracy. All right, now let's go into anytime touchdown scorer. Who do you think is going to score at least 50 points that you say that we're going to get on this game? Who's getting at least one touchdown?
Hurt.
Jalen Hurts? Easy. Who else? And if you think someone's going to have 2 or 3 touchdowns, I want you to let me know. Travis Kelce's is a gimme.
Mhm.
He's getting at least one. Joe,
Honestly?
we want to run down the names so you say yes or no?
I think AJ Brown is a safe bet.
AJ Brown?
Yeah.
What about Isaiah Pacheco? Think he's getting one? No? Miles Sanders?
Maybe. They're definitely a run-heavy team, the Eagles. He got, I think, 1 or 2 touchdowns against the Eagles. I mean, the 49ers.
Yeah. What about Kadarius Toney?
No, I don't think so.
No? Thinking about it.
Maybe. They might draw something.
What about Juju?
I mean, who's to say, really, you know?
That's what we're here for. We're to say. I'm going
I don't even know. I think he might not. Oh, no, he is going to play. That's someone else. Another receiver on the Chiefs might not play.
Now, do you think one of the defenses is going to get a touchdown?
I think the Eagles defense.
Ooh. Alright, so right now at 10, if we bet $10, we win $2,473. So,
we lose just the $10.
yeah, just $10. No, bro, I'm going to go with the crippling debt over this bet that we're doing.
Now, for anytime touchdown score for Jalen Hurts, is that like passing, rushing?
Any type of touchdown.
All right.
Now, do you think anyone is going to get 2+ touchdowns?
I would say Hurts would get a rushing and a passing.
Ooh, okay. Oh, no, that won't count.
What?
It's got to be he has to
Oh,
actively get into the end zone. My apologies.
So then-
Now I understand what you said. No, he has to get into the end zone for any time touchdown score.
So then, yeah.
Yes,
if he'll
love
get a rushing touchdown, I think so. That's at least one.
But a passing touchdown, it will be the person that gets
So
the
no,
touchdown.
no,
So
no.
no, he's not getting 2.
Yeah.
Do you think anyone's getting 2? I'm feeling a Travis Kelce.
Of anyone, I would say him or AJ Brown. But I wouldn't want to.
I'm gonna make that a second parlay. Let's stay a little more conservative. Now that we just absolutely went crazy.
Yeah.
All right, do you want to
You
do
did this.
over under on the passing yards, or do you want to do minimums? So, for example, passing yards. Jalen Hurts is either over under 240, or we can do Jalen Hurts 200 plus, 225 plus. You want to bet the over under, or you want to bet the minimum?
Do minimum 200.
Safe bet. What about Patty Mahomes, Kermit the Frog himself?
I would do the over under.
The over under for Patrick Mahomes. That's 292. Is the over? 292.5. Let me say.
I think so. I think he could easily get 3.
You think he's going 300?
I think he could.
Alrighty.
I'm be sweating all week thinking about it.
I'm gonna send you live updates of this. Alright. So already we have a 9-leg same game parlay. Do we keep going?
No.
You want to call it there?
No. Yeah. This is the first time I've ever made a bet. And you want me to keep going?
Yes, I want to have the craziest bet known to man.
Jesus Christ.
Now we're only betting $5, which will win us $1,787.
Alright.
Unless you want to do the 10?
No. Keep it at that.
We're gonna keep it at that.
That's fine. Okay, that.
All right. Game specials. Let's see what's going on here.
Oh no.
You think it's gonna be overtime?
No.
Yeah, House agrees with you. I want to see if there's any like cute ones, because I've seen people bet like, oh, the first,
kiss?
huh?
Do you think they'll kiss? It's a cute one.
Oh, betting 1,000 on that. Because
Betting $1,000 at home.
They will. They will. At some point, a weird special teams call. They're both gonna be on the field, helmets off, run to each other, smooch. It's gonna be.
It's gonna be intentional. It's not gonna be accidental. They're not gonna run into each other.
Interesting. They're gonna. And is it going to be during the game, before the game, after the game? When will they kiss?
At the 7-minute mark in the third quarter.
You're good at this. You're really good. You're a natural gambler.
It's like I have ESPN for it or something.
ESPN.
Yeah, that's the joke.
No, it's not. You just messed up. Anyways, guys, that is, I think, all I have. I don't know if there's anything else you want to really bring up.
Anything more I have to add, they don't want to hear.
That's a good point. So thank you so much for watching. We will see you guys after the Super Bowl. As always, I'm Billy. This is Anthony. If you have any suggestions for wings, we didn't even talk about. We got Buffalo Wild Wings. We got the sauce in honor of Sauce Gardner getting the
Defensive Rookie of the Year nom.
Absolutely. Love to see it.
The Nashville hot.
Because
Nashville's good. Teriyaki for some ass reason.
Because I know Anthony likes teriyaki.
It's good, but it's not spicy.
I know.
And
Jim and jalapeno. Listen, after the last one we had, after the last episode, I wanted to take it crazy with the spice. Because I wasn't right for a week. My body was in fight or flight.
I almost died after that shit.
Me
I almost
too.
died in your bathroom.
Me too.
I came out of there and I was pale. Your mom was like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, everyone, my family was concerned after the episode.
Yeah.
They're like, "Yeah, you guys shouldn't do that again." I'm like, "I will do everything in my power to make sure that doesn't happen again."
Yeah. No.
But anyways, if you guys have any sauce suggestions, I have a bunch of sauces. Hopefully, we can get some time now that the football season's over. I can actually make the wings again, and I have a bunch of different sauces for us to try. But with that being said, have a nice Super Bowl. Fly Eagles fly. Let's go Chiefs. I'll see you guys later.